Hi there, it's great to have you here for today's video. Let's start with our today's tutorial on Photoshop tools and how to use them in our canvases. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the various tools we'll be covering in this video. There is a possibility that you might not find all the tools as I am showing you here. But you don't have to panic if you're having trouble locating any of these tools. Simply click on the Edit Toolbar option. From here, you can select the specific tools you need and arrange them to best suit your workflow. You can also drag and arrange them within the toolbar and make it convenient according to your need. You can save it as a new preset or click on the Done button to save the changes. Let's get started by first identifying the height and width of the canvas. Additionally, we have the option to change the color mode from this interface. It's also essential to note that we will be using Adobe Photoshop CC 2022 for this tutorial. Let's move on to our first and fundamental tool. That is the most basic Move tool. In order to utilize this tool, we have to unlock the layer first. The primary function of this tool is to move elements within the canvas. Additionally, by selecting the checkbox of Show Transform Control, we get the control for resizing the image or element as per our need. Also, by selecting the element and dragging, we can copy the element to another canvas. Let's move on to the marquee tools. This tool offers a set of 4 different tools to choose from. To make a rectangular selection, we can select the rectangular marquee tool and simply click and drag to make a rectangular selection. Once we have made our selection, we can choose to copy the selection to a new layer. Move the new layer around. Or cut the selected layer to a new layer. This tool provides a versatile way to manipulate and edit selections in a rectangular fashion. Moving on to the elliptical marquee tool. This tool works in the same way as the rectangular mark tool, but the difference lies in the shape. This tool allows us to make selections in the shape of a circle. Similarly, we can cut the selected layer to a new layer and move it around as needed. Next up is the Single Row Mark tool, which allows us to select a single row of pixels. With this tool, we can easily cut or copy the selected pixels and move the layer as needed. Similarly, the Single Column Mark tool functions in the same way but allows us to select a column of pixels instead. Additionally, we can also resize the selection layer to adjust the size of our selections. Next, let's explore the Lasso tool. This tool allows freehand selections. We can easily select and move the selection by using the Move tool. For more precise selections, we can use the Polygonal Lasso tool, which creates anchor points as we click along the edges of the selection. By clicking again and again, we can create more anchor points and complete the selections accordingly. To see these tools in action, let's try them out on another image to make things more clearer. Lastly, we have the Magnetic Lasso tool, which uses advanced edge detection algorithms to make more accurate selections automatically. With this tool, we simply need to click to define the first anchor point and move the tool along the edge of the selection. Once completed, we are done and can move the selection as needed. Moving on to the next set of tools, we have the Quick Selection tool. This tool allows us to make selections as we click and drag along the path we want to select. This tool is particularly useful for making quick and easy selections in a precise manner. Next up is the Magic Wand tool, which is a single-click selection tool. It selects elements based on their similarity in color and contrast. Once we have made our selection, we can easily move the selected portion using the Move tool. This tool also features a special option called Contiguous, which by selecting the option, allows us to select only the elements with the same color. And when we deselect the option, we can select all the elements with the same color in the image. This option provides us with greater flexibility and control over our selections. Moving on, we have the Crop tool, which is used to trim and resize images to a specific ratio. With this tool, we can choose to crop the image to a fixed ratio by selecting the original ratio option, allowing for precise control over the final image size. Next up is the Perspective Crop tool, which is used to crop images while stretching them out to match the perspective. With this tool, we can adjust the anchor points to match the desired perspective, and crop the image accordingly, resulting in a more natural-looking final image. Moving on, we have the eyedropper tool, which is a simple yet useful tool used to select a color from a selected element and move it to our color palette. Next, we have the Spot Healing Brush tool, which is a content-aware tool used to remove any unwanted elements from an image smoothly. With this tool, we can simply set our brush size and hardness, and draw the pattern in the area we wish to remove. It replaces the object with content-aware, without spoiling the image, making it perfect for removing watermarks, logos, and any unwanted objects in an image. Following this, we have the Healing Brush tool, which is similar to the Spot Healing Brush tool. However, with this tool, we can replace the selection that we make using the Alt+Click selection to get rid of the elements and make corrections in the image. To achieve a more precise result, we can click and drag the pointer. Next up is the Patch tool, which is another beautiful freehand marquee tool used to copy and replace elements with another element using the source and destination option. Moving on, we have the Content-Aware Move tool. With this tool, we can select the content and move it, and it will replace the selected content using content-aware technology. After using this tool, we can then utilize the previous healing tools to make the image perfection. Next is the Red Eye tool, which is a simple tool used to remove red eye from an image by simply clicking it. Finally, we have the Ruler tool, which is used to measure the distance between 2 points and angles. This tool can also be used to straighten the image by drawing a line in an angle. Moving on, we have the Note tool, which allows us to add note to the element of the image for other photo editors to perform tasks. Lastly, the Count tool. It is a simple tool used for counting elements as a reference. Now let's explore the Brush tool. With this tool, with the selected color, and by selecting the size and softness of the brush, we can paint. Next, we have the Pencil tool, a basic tool used for writing and drawing. Moving on to the Color Replacement tool, which is used to replace color of the selected element directly, like how we have done with the Magic Wand tool. Here also we can select the contiguous and discontiguous feature. Let's take a look at the Mixer Brush tool, which is used to mix two colors, the original color and the one we select. Now, we move on to the Clone Stamp tool, which is used for cloning the selected image. We need to select the brush size and hardness and then press the Alt key while selecting the original element to clone the image. Next is the Pattern Stamp tool, which is used to add patterns to the image. First, we need to add a new layer, then we use the tool to create the pattern. We can then use the blending options to multiply it with the original image. To refine the image, we can also change the opacity of the layer. Moving on, we have the Eraser tool. This handy tool allows us to simply erase any element that we click on. Here's an example of how we can use the Eraser tool together with the Magic Wand tool. Next up is the Background Eraser tool, which smoothly removes the background without damaging the original element. The Magic Eraser tool is another useful tool, which detects contrasts and colors and erases the element accordingly. Now, let's talk about the Gradient tool. This tool enables us to create gradient colors. We need to select the desired gradient color. Create a new layer. And draw a line. With the help of blending options, we can create stunning gradients. Lastly, we have the Paint Bucket tool, which can change the background color with a single click. We can also use the contiguous and discontiguous settings as per our requirements. Now we select the Blur tool. By selecting the size and hardness of the brush, we click and move our brush to make the blur effect. Next is our Sharpen tool. This tool gives more contrast to the selection. Now we try the Dodge tool. This tool is used for increasing the brightness of the selected element. This tool can be used to remove dark patches. Next is the Burn tool, just opposite of the Dodge tool, used for darkening elements. For example, for darkening hair we can use this tool. Now let's move on to the Horizontal Type tool. With this tool we can start typing horizontally. We can also use the text formatting option as per our requirements. Next, the Vertical Type tool, just similar, but it makes us type vertically. Now let's explore the Horizontal Type Mask tool. This tool horizontally creates a mask or select the inner part of the letters. We can delete the masked layer or can move anywhere. Vertical mask tool. Same but vertically creates a mask or select the inner part of the letters. Next we move to the different type of shapes. Rectangle tool. Ellipse tool. Polygon tool. Line tool, this tool creates straight lines. Rotate view tool, rotate and view the image. We can also shift-hold rotate to rotate the canvas in 15-degree rotation. Hand tool. This tool is used to move the canvas around. Zoom tool, this tool is used to magnify and view. We can also hold Alt and click to demagnify the image. We hope that you found it informative. If you have gained valuable insights or learned something new, please consider hitting the like button and also subscribe the channel for more videos.